Only a few days left until Stranger Things Season 5 drops, and the wait is almost over. Fans are buzzing with excitement, but this season promises more than just answers. It promises shocking twists and chilling mysteries, and perhaps the darkest question of all. What if the real enemy has been hiding among the closest friends all along? Are you ready? Will Byers is not simply a random victim of the Upside Down. Evidence throughout the series suggests he is the most important character in the story and the key to ending Vecna's threat once and for all. From the very first season, Will demonstrated an unusual connection to the dark dimension. While Barb was killed almost immediately after being pulled into the Upside Down, Will survived for days. His ability to endure in an environment that kills most people quickly implies that he was chosen for a specific reason, rather than taken at random. This connection deepened in Season 2, when Will developed a psychic sensitivity to the Mind Flayer. His body reacted whenever the shadow monster was close, most notably through the tingling sensation in his neck. This same reaction resurfaced in Season 4 when Vecna was active, proving that his link to the dimension had not faded over time. The show has emphasized repeatedly that Will's story is unfinished, and the Duffer Brothers have confirmed in interviews that Season 5 will focus heavily on him. The symbolism tied to Will reinforces this theory. In Dungeons & Dragons, his character is Will the Wise, a wizard or sorcerer. One of the Season 5 episode titles is The Sorcerer, a direct nod to this role. Stranger Things has consistently used the group's Dungeons & Dragons games as foreshadowing devices, making it unlikely that this is a coincidence. In addition, the Upside Down is frozen on the exact date of Will's disappearance, November 6, 1983. The fact that the entire alternate dimension is stuck in time on the day Will was taken strongly suggests that his presence anchors it. Some fans propose that Will is a natural bridge between worlds. This would explain why he survived longer than others, why the Mind Flayer tried to possess him, and why his drawings in Season 4 seemed to channel knowledge he could not consciously access. These hints point to latent psychic abilities that differ from Eleven's telekinesis. Instead, Will may have dimensional manipulation powers, giving him the potential to close the gates permanently. If true, this would clarify why his character has often seemed secondary in recent seasons. The writers have been saving his most important moment for the conclusion. Eleven's powers have always been central to defeating the creatures of the Upside Down, but one theory suggests that these abilities are not the solution. They are the problem. Since the beginning of the series, 11 has been torn between her powers and her desire to live a normal life. Her longing for ordinary experiences, such as wearing the blonde wig in Season 1 or attending the snowball in Season 2, reflects her struggle to escape the identity forced on her by the laboratory. Her abilities also come with severe costs. Every battle leaves her drained, bleeding, and traumatized. Season 4 continued this pattern. She could not fully stop Vecna. Her victories have consistently been temporary, and her use of power has always resulted in personal suffering. The theme of sacrifice runs throughout Stranger Things. Bob sacrificed himself in Season 2, Billy in Season 3, and Hopper was presumed dead at the end of that same season. Each victory required loss. Eleven's final arc may follow the same pattern, with her giving up her powers permanently to secure true peace. Episode titles from Season 5, such as The Right Side Up, hint at a return to normality, a normality that might only be achieved if 11 relinquishes her supernatural gifts. The theory suggests that she will use the last of her psychic strength to seal the rift between dimensions forever. Some versions of the theory even propose she may transfer her abilities to Will, reinforcing his role as the chosen one. This sacrifice would serve multiple purposes. It would close the gates, allow 11 to finally live the life she has always wanted, and symbolically free her from the trauma of her past. The time loop theory proposes that the events of Stranger Things are not unfolding for the first time, but are instead part of a repeating cycle. According to this idea, everything viewers have seen, from Will's disappearance to Vecna's rise, has already happened before, and the characters are unknowingly trapped in a reset of history that begins again on November 6, 1983. Evidence for this can be found in the many repeated patterns across the series. The number 11 recurs constantly, both as Eleven's name and in the experiments at Hawkins' lab. Dustin's compass spinning in Season 1 may symbolize time itself being distorted. Characters frequently repeat phrases, such as Hopper's, "Mornings are for coffee and contemplation." Even the use of reoccurring songs and mirrored storylines suggests a cycle repeating with variations rather than a linear timeline. The Upside Down being frozen on November 6, 1983, is the strongest piece of evidence. That specific date is when Will vanished and when the supernatural events began. If time resets to that exact moment, it would explain why the dimension is locked in place. Vecna's obsession with clocks in Season 4 also points to a deeper relationship between time and the Upside Down, suggesting he may understand the loop and even manipulate it. Characters sometimes display knowledge they should not logically have, further supporting this idea. 11 knew instinctively how to use her powers in Season 1, despite no training. The children quickly adapt to supernatural events, often acting as if they have faced similar dangers before. If their subconscious retains fragments of memory from previous cycles, this would explain their readiness and growing effectiveness. The theory concludes that Hawkins is caught in an endless cycle of invasion and resistance, with time resetting whenever the town faces destruction. Season 5 could reveal the characters becoming aware of the loop, forcing them to make different choices to finally break free. Will's role as the Chosen One may be crucial here. He could be the only character capable of choosing differently, ending the cycle once and for all. The theory that Dr. Brenner is still alive suggests that the supposed death of Papa in Season 4 was another deception, and that he remains the architect behind the events of the series. Brenner was last seen shot and left behind as 11 escaped, but his actual death was never explicitly confirmed. In Stranger Things, apparent deaths are often revealed to be survivals, as with Hopper after Season 3. Brenner's history reinforces the suspicion. He always appeared to know more about the Upside Down than he revealed, maintaining hidden facilities and contingency plans. His fixation on 11 was not only scientific, but also personal, indicating motives beyond experimentation. His methods of psychological manipulation strongly resemble Vecna's targeting of victims through trauma, raising the possibility that Vecna is acting in alignment with Brenner's principles, or even under his control. Season 4's reintroduction of Brenner after his presumed death in Season 1 already proved that he was capable of deception and survival. The convenient destruction of the Hawkins lab records during the massacre further suggests a deliberate erasure of evidence, allowing him to continue his work undetected. The government's suspiciously precise interventions throughout the series may also indicate that an insider, possibly Brenner himself, was speeding them information. His final words to 11, "You're not ready," carry weight in this theory. They suggest foreknowledge of a larger threat, one that Brenner intended her to face only after sufficient preparation. Some interpretations argue that all of Hawkins' battles were orchestrated as trials designed to strengthen 11, using real dangers to force her evolution into the ultimate psychic weapon. If Brenner is indeed alive, Season 5 could reveal that every major event, from Will's disappearance to Vecna's attacks, was part of his long-term experiment. The true antagonist would not be Vecna alone, but Brenner, who has manipulated both heroes and monsters to achieve his vision. In this scenario, the children of Hawkins were never saviors of the town. They were test subjects, completing Brenner's final design. The theory that the Upside Down is actually the future reinterprets the dimension not as an alternate world, but as Hawkins itself after an apocalyptic catastrophe. This explains why the Upside Down mirrors the town so precisely, down to its buildings and street layouts, but is covered in decay, vines, and ash. Instead of existing as a parallel space, it may be Hawkins frozen in a ruined state. Evidence lies in the date locked into the Upside Down, November 6, 1983. While often interpreted as a reference to Will's disappearance, the theory suggests it marks the starting point of a timeline fracture. The deterioration visible in the Upside Down could symbolize the aftermath of nuclear war, environmental collapse, or the misuse of psychic power. The creatures inhabiting it may not be alien invaders, but the evolved descendants of humans, adapted to survive in the devastated world. Vecna's history supports this possibility. Once human, his transformation shows that humanity can evolve into something monstrous. If Vecna's powers are the early stage of such evolution, the Demogorgons and other entities could represent what humans ultimately become. The Mind Flayer's hive mind organization may reflect a survival mechanism, a collective consciousness formed to endure in a hostile environment. Connections between the two dimensions also reinforce the idea that they occupy the same physical space across different times. Lights flicker simultaneously in Hawkins and in the Upside Down, and communication through Joyce's Christmas lights in Season 1 proved that the boundary is porous. Nancy's realization that her house appeared in the Upside Down but without later renovations further suggests that it is Hawkins fixed at a particular moment. In this interpretation, the Upside Down's creatures are not invaders, but emissaries attempting to alter history and prevent their catastrophic timeline. Their incursions into the present could be warnings rather than attacks, and Vecna's manipulation of memory might be a distorted form of empathy, an evolved human trait turned into a weapon. Season 5 could reveal that the true danger lies not in defeating the Upside Down, but in averting the disaster that creates it. The final theory claims that Dustin Henderson is the hidden villain of Stranger Things, manipulating events from the beginning while disguising himself as the comic relief. Dustin's intelligence, resourcefulness, and constant presence at critical moments raise the possibility that he has been shaping outcomes for his own agenda. From Season 1 onward, Dustin has demonstrated unusual knowledge. He named the Upside Down almost instantly and accepted the supernatural without hesitation, unlike the others who were skeptical. In Season 2, he secretly kept Dart, directly causing the Demodog problem. In Season 3, he intercepted the Russian code, and in Season 4 he immediately understood how to track Vecna's activity. His repeated ability to produce the exact tools, information, or connections needed at the right time is suspicious, in a story where chance rarely feels accidental. His separation from danger also stands out. While other characters face possession, injury, or death, Dustin consistently avoids lasting harm. He is often physically removed from the central battles, on the hill with his radio tower in Season 3, or with Eddie during the critical confrontation in Season 4. These absences could indicate deliberate positioning to ensure survival and continued control. Even his girlfriend Susie contributes to the suspicion. Her sudden access to nuclear launch codes in Season 3 appears implausibly convenient unless Dustin arranged it. The pattern suggests not coincidence but orchestration, with Dustin leveraging relationships and knowledge for purposes the group does not understand. The theory concludes that Dustin may be more than an unusually gifted teenager. He could be working with Brenner, connected to the government, or even from the future, ensuring events unfold along a specific timeline. His cheerful personality would make him the perfect hidden manipulator, trusted, overlooked, and never suspected. A betrayal revealed in Season 5 would reframe the entire narrative, showing that the most dangerous villain was not Vecna or the Mind Flayer, but the friend at the heart of the group. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel to show your support. And if you'd like to keep going, here's another video from our channel that you might enjoy.